Good morning. Good morning. Here we are on Piper Beach Radio. It is Wednesday.
Hump day.
Hump day. Yes, that'd be a two hump day, or I don't know. But it is Wednesday, and it is Hump Day. And here's Krissy, Lee, and Mike here in the Morning Mayhem. Glad you're joining us. It's just turned 7:02, so we're not too far behind.
We're reporting live from the desert this morning.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're not in the desert. We're in the peach
field in the middle of
we're in the
July.
peach grove.
It's
That's right. We're in the peach orchard.
It's 80,000 degrees in here.
I hope we get some peaches look like that.
Yeah.
You know, with that freeze a few weeks ago, that's got a lot of farmers concerned, and rightfully so. But we are here to entertain and have fun and talk with you guys, and we appreciate you guys being here with us. We're live here at the Clanton Tractor Studio, and a couple of our sponsors this morning, Wood Surfside Marina and Workout Anytime. We appreciate you guys helping us out here and sponsoring so that we can bring this program to our communities.
Yes.
Krissy Lee, what's going on this morning? What you up to?
Nothing.
Tell everybody what you were doing when I walked in the office this morning.
Cleaning. I was vacuuming and sweeping the whole place.
What was the comment?
Asked Beta if he ever swept before.
If he ever swept before. And I did verify that I saw him sweep on January the 19th. So.
Of what year?
Well, it was this year, I think. I hadn't been here that long, but it was just a couple of months ago. Hadn't been that many people walk through here since then. But hey,
it's clean now, so
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
I know. It was just funny because I walked in. I guess you cut off the vacuum cleaner when I walked in because I didn't hear it coming up. Then as soon as I turned to walk away, back on and finish up. But you got your desk area looking really nice out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
I like it.
I bet you do. Well, I did have a weather forecast, but I don't have it in front of me. But we have a shot this weekend at getting a little bit of rain. Wouldn't that be nice to see some of that fall out of the sky?
I bet my flowers would love that.
Yes, they would love it, and so would everybody else.
Because I have yet to water them.
Well,
they're going to be dying.
Probably should, especially if you pay money for them. You hate to waste your hard-earned dollars on something that you don't keep up with.
Yeah.
But hey, we got a guest coming up at the top of the hour at 8:00. Lucy Ellington with the Alabama Extension Office, the Chilton Ranch. She'll be with us. She's got all kind of cool things to talk about the extensions up to, including the Strawberry Festival is coming up. I think that's a week from now, the 26th. Yeah. So it's another week, I think, from Saturday. Yeah, something like that. I keep hitting this microphone. Sorry about that, gang.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she said in her, what she sent us was this Saturday, April 18th. Well, glad I looked. So that's coming up. But we get all that straight here in a little bit. But that's exciting that she'll be joining us. Hope you guys got a chance to join us. Yesterday we had
Miss Karen.
Yeah, Miss Williams, Karen Williams with the
Kelsey's place.
That's right, Kelsey's place. She was here and talked about all her job placement services, and
she's so nice.
She was really nice, and I was not aware of what all that they did out there, and so that really opened my eyes, as well as I'm sure a lot of our listeners and viewers. But anyhow, just exciting times to have these folks on, and I've been asked to serve tomorrow up at the Jemison City Hall, I guess, or whatever that's called, the Civic Center. We've got the forum. We've got candidates in for the Secretary of Agriculture for the state of Alabama coming in, and I've been asked if I could host a program. Piper Beach Radio. We'll be there live. You get to hear these candidates. Chilton County is an agricultural county.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, there's a lot of manufacturing and stuff here too. But as far as dollars, I think Krissy, that the county is primarily a agricultural county. So these folks that are running, these candidates, what they do in their elected position will have a lot to say about how things go around here. You know, because those policies can influence your farms and the price of the groceries that we pay for. So anyway, that's coming up tomorrow. I think that's I want to say around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. We'll have more details about that a little bit later in the show. But I'm excited to be able to to attend just something just like that.
I feel like that's right up your alley.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not sure all the time about all that. But hey, I wanted to start off with a story today about I'm not a doctor. Well, I have a doctorate, but I'm not a doctor. Not a medical doctor, that's for sure. But Krissy, when you go in for surgery and you're going in for a certain thing to be done, I think it's reasonable for your expectation to be that when you come out of that surgery that will have been done.
Yeah.
But apparently there was a mistake made down in Florida. There was a Florida doctor who has now been indicted on criminal charges for the operating room death of an Alabama man. 44-year-old Dr. Shignovsky. That might be your first clue. But Dr. Shignovsky is 44. He's charged with second-degree manslaughter in the death of 70-year-old William Bryan of Muscle Shoals. Well, Mr. Bryan was having some issues, and this actually occurred in August of 24. I don't remember hearing about it.
I don't either.
But anyway, because he's been arrested now, he was supposed to go in for what's called a laparoscopic splenectomy, where he's getting his spleen taken out.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you exactly what was his problem. But you would think your doctor would know the difference between your spleen and your liver. Now, if you look at your body and you say, there's not a lot of room in there, and all that stuff is in there. God placed every bit of it in there that we needed. But this doctor apparently removed his liver instead of his spleen.
I know your spleen and pancreas is on this side. Might not be exactly right here. Towards your left side. Yeah. I don't remember. I was literally just looking up this stuff last night.
But
about
I just can't believe this could happen.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things that was going on that, what we would call red flags, warning signs. It's like the flashing light, warning, warning. But it says here that his medical license was suspended shortly after that, just 1 month later.
Yeah.
But anyway, it said he made a similar error with another patient. I mean, that's just, they should be rated just like anybody else is,
As a doctor.
Like your plumber, does he do a good job? Yeah, well, he took out my spleen instead of my, but here's the thing, the patient died during this surgery. And there's a lot of reasons why he did. But I
wonder, this is just my thought.
Yeah.
If after, like, say the patient.
Thank you, Coca-Cola.
Yes.
You wonder if what?
So, say after the surgery, that's when, let's say, someone told him, he was like, this isn't the spleen, this is the liver. I wonder if he, was to escalate the passing on purpose. So he wouldn't get sued necessarily, if that makes sense.
Well, it's funny you ask that because that is pretty much addressed in here. It says here that they scheduled a procedure for 4 p.m.
That's weird already.
I know. I don't think I've ever had a surgery in the afternoon. Well, I did have an emergency appendectomy about 6 o'clock at night.
That's a little different, I think.
That's right. Fortunately, they did remove the correct organ.
Yay.
But anyway, here, 4 p.m., and it was like, wait a minute. The staff expressed concerns because, look, this late, the splenectomy can get complicated. It's not as simple as, he was making it out to be, and it would be only a skeleton crew there that time of the day. Well, guess what? And they also expressed that this doctor did not have the skill level to safely perform this procedure. Wow. And it still went on. Somebody still let him do this. But wait, it gets worse. I mean, it's just, you think that's bad enough.
Yeah.
Well, it gets worse. It says, after beginning surgery, the operation quickly went awry. That's not what you want when you're having surgery, Krissy, is something to go awry. It says an aneurysm formed and caused hemorrhaging, and the patient's vitals to decline. And it says, then the doctor fired a stapling device, something to hold skin together, into his abdomen, Brian's abdomen, despite not being able to see because of the blood accumulation. In other words, he couldn't see what he was doing, but he fired one in there anyway. And of course,
so this man is just bleeding out, and he's like, we're not going to cauterize anything. We're just going to staple it.
I don't know what would be the proper procedure, but the man died, so it didn't work out.
I would think you would cauterize the vessel or at least stitch it, to
It says here that I'm telling you, it's just like one thing goes worse after another. It says, even though operating staff in the room knew the organ he removed was a liver, Sheknovsky ordered that it be labeled a spleen when it was sent to pathology.
They're gonna know.
Oh yeah, they're pathologists. They should know. But golly, it's just like, can you believe it? And of course, now the family has sued this doctor.
As they should.
Yeah, I would.
So I wonder. Well, I wonder if like one of the nurses came forward as well, because how did the family find out?
Well, here's the thing. See, these things are done. I mean, they keep such detailed records.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have in my career, when you would have someone get injured or something like that, you would have their medical records sent to you. So I just read. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying it's just thousands of medical records, people's medical records, and some are very detailed and some aren't. But all this would be detailed. There's no way that any nurse or any anesthesiologist or anyone else in that room who files a report is going to put their career on the line because this doctor that they had no confidence in made these mistakes. And then tries to, I don't know that he's covering it up or what, but he orders it be labeled a spleen when everybody in the room knows it's a liver. Now, they are different. I looked them up.
They look completely different.
Spleen is much smaller. The liver does so much for the body, cleansing and, I don't know, rejuvenating this and that. But
and I want to say the spleen is yellow, kind of-ish.
Yeah, it is.
And the liver is dark brown.
Yeah, that's what I've always seen too.
So
I don't know if it was all this blood they were talking about. I hate to be so grotesque with the blood description and everything, but this is in Walton County, so it's down around Fort Walton Beach. So it's
crazy.
Just right down the road from us.
I could be a better doctor.
This poor
than
man
him.
from Muscle Shoals is no more. He was just 70. I mean, 70 I know is pretty old, but being 65, 70, I no longer feel 70 is that old. Oh man, but man, how about that? I mean, that's somebody's insurance company needs to get busy and get that claim settled.
Yeah, for real.
But anyway, that was just one thing. I saw that. I just couldn't believe it. I have read stories like that before, where the wrong something was removed. It's like, no, how did you make that mistake?
How many years of med school did you go to?
Yeah, well, if you've ever gone in for surgery, and I know you're mighty young, and I don't know your medical history, but I had some surgery back in 2020. And so anyway, when I did that, everything you do, they're checking your wrist, and you have to tell them your name and your birthday about every other person who walks in. Hey, well, listen, it is now 7:16. We're up against our first break here on the Morning Mayhem with Krissy and Mike. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Go ahead, Krissy.
Good morning, everybody. We have some people saying good morning. Deanna from Central Alabama Arts Alliance.
Morning.
Brian Kelly.
Morning, Brian.
James Tillery.
Good morning.
Pop.
And Miss Wanda says good morning to us. We appreciate each of you. Taylor, she's got some connection. She can see who I was just watching too, that don't necessarily respond.
It just tells me like if someone starts watching.
Yeah, just doesn't say who.
No.
Yeah, that's all right. I didn't know how to do it. She was going to show me, but we didn't quite get it. We need to do a segment of all the things I don't know about electronically.
Well, I also don't know how to do that.
We could fill up a week right there. Yeah, but I figured this much, Krissy. I worked 42 years. I was managed to survive and thrive. Whatever technology was thrown at me, I figured it out where I could do my job, well enough, I guess. So, look at there. It says you're watching. And Ricky is watching. Good morning, Ricky. Glad to have you along. But, hey, I did have a couple of business items I wanted to get to if I could.
I like business.
Business, yes, business is good. Business is why we're here, right? But our friends from across the pond there at Mercedes-Benz, they're at it again. They are pledging another $4 billion for this plant over, just right in the next county, basically. Over, I guess that's still Tuscaloosa County. I know it's real close to Bibb. And a lot of folks from Chilton County work over there, at the car factory, and they're going to start making 4 new SUVs at its Vance plant. And it talks about the GLE and GLS. I mean, Mercedes, they have various levels, and E is like an economy class, and then they have the G, and I don't know what all they have, frankly. But it's a bunch of models. I mean, more than any other manufacturer, I think they make different models.
Yeah.
And they make them, and they don't really worry about if they sell, 500 or 5,000, but they make them a certain way. But anyway, it was a big shindig held out there a couple weeks ago, with Senators Tuberville and Katie Britt were there, and so I mean it's a huge announcement. Long as well as our U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. So anyway, it says it's this new S-Class coupe rolled out for assembled media. Coach Nick Saban was there, former Alabama coach, and then they had the Alabama $1 Million Band was there. It said not one but two choruses of Yay Alabama. So everybody's excited about this $4 billion, and it's going to be invested over there in the next 4 years. And it is a big deal, of course. I can't pronounce this man's name. Ola Kalinius, I guess, is the chairman of the board. I know he was the local guy there for many years, and then now he's been promoted to chairman of the board. But it says they're going to make the GLE, the GLS, the EQE, the EQS, and I don't know. Mercedes Maybach. Maybach is like one of their most expensive vehicles. Yeah. Anyways, it says they're symbols of their commitment to Alabama. I mean, it's been going on for 30-something years now. They've been over there making these cars. And I know that I read in here that they're now going to be they export roughly 60% of its output. So the cars they're making there, Krissy, are being shipped other places, which is just amazing when you think about Mercedes-Benz and their history. But
they're going everywhere.
It's changed. All these manufacturers have come over here from overseas and built plants here in the country. Does that make you look at them differently? Like they're not foreign-made cars anymore? You know how there's a lot of, well, at least especially back when I was younger, there was a lot of, seemed like there was a lot of angst about buying American-made cars. Yeah. Well, what is American-made car now? Yeah. If they're making them over here, supporting 6,000 people, billions of dollars of spin-offs, of all the suppliers that come in to supply them with stuff. They build their plants nearby, so that cuts their transportation costs, so that kind of thing. But
definitely pros, but probably some cons as well.
I just wondered what you thought about it, if it made any difference to you that if you wanted to buy an American car, this is a German company, but their plant is here and they're employing Americans.
I would say just because it would make it, like, say if something breaks, I feel like it would make it easier to fix. Or
that's right.
But it's also a Mercedes, so
something breaks, and they will break, won't they? If you keep them long enough, they will break.
Yeah, I would love a Mercedes, but
I did have one other business story, which I thought was fascinating. I saw it yesterday about a new submarine plant. Now, where would you think that a submarine plant would be built?
Somewhere near the ocean.
Somewhere near the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one's being built near Muscle Shoals. I think I'm right. Actually, it's called Cherokee. It's outside.
Remind me where Muscle Shoals is.
Muscle Shoals is in northwest Alabama.
Okay.
Florence area.
Yeah, that's strange.
Huntsville is across 72 there. So just the northern part of the state.
The opposite direction.
But really, they're not going to make these submarines ready to be, to be submerged. But what they are doing is they're investing $2.4 billion. It's this company, Hadrian, which I've heard of them, but only in a broad sense of being a submarine manufacturer. And I'm not sure I'm even saying it correctly. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody pronounce it, but they are described here as a fast-growing and advanced manufacturing company involved in the defense industry. So they are making money off of our tax dollars too, but they're doing it to protect us, right? But they are taking a former rail car plant, which I know was involved in fact, it's been shuffled around a few times, this plant. different companies. It was originally built as this rail car plant. It was a huge investment by the RSA, Retirement Systems of Alabama. But, that didn't work out too great. It worked out okay, though, because of David Bronner, the Midas touch he has with the RSA. And now they've found a real big organization to come in and take over this building and lease it or buy it or whatever they're doing. Probably would just lease it, but it says it's going to create up to 1,000 jobs. And Krissy, these are not minimum wage jobs. These are going to be really high level manufacturing jobs, and it's going to be all kinds of. As the administrator for the USBA says, it's going to generate hundreds of purchase orders for small businesses across Alabama, Northwest Alabama in particular. So, I mean, this is great news for our state.
Oh, yeah.
If you've paid attention, I would say easily in the last 30 years, Alabama has just become a magnet for manufacturing plants. Not only is our workforce good, our laws are good, friendly. We expect you to respect our environment, but at the same time, we're not going to tie you up to where you can't do business here. So it's really great for Alabama. I mean, this is going to be another thing that they're going to be all kinds of feeler jobs from suppliers and things like that. But just some of the things they're going to make, Krissy, I thought was really cool. They're going to call this Factory 4. Sorry, y'all lost my picture. But anyway, it's a highly automated. It's going to produce mass produce components needed for submarine construction. I mean, just wow, some of these things that they're doing. But anyway, it's going to support and dedicated to the U.S. Navy's Columbia and Virginia class submarine programs. So, I mean, in Northwest Alabama, right on the Tennessee River, I don't know that they'll be able to ship them, but they'll take them somewhere and get them to the. I don't know where the submarines will be. Where they'll be constructed, but they'll be constructed somewhere. Yeah. Parts made right here in Alabama.
That's so interesting.
I know. Big news. Big news. Well, it's 7:29, and we're going to go to a break, and we'll be back in a minute or two right here on Piper Beach Radio. Krissy, Lee, and Mike.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
fact, me and Brian are having an emoji war in the.
Is that y'all doing that?
Yeah.
Golly, there's a lot of emojis going on back and forth there. Be careful.
We're reacting.
Hey, listen, and he is correct though. It is Baden's boo boos. I don't know how to describe it, but he walked out of the room. We can say what we want because I don't think he can hear us right now.
He's not gonna watch it back.
That's right. Hey, we want to say good morning to BJ Massengill up in beautiful, I think it's Warrior, Alabama. Hayden, somewhere up in there, up in, right, I think it's in Blount County, just outside of Jefferson County. But good morning. So glad to see that you're watching. Hope that we can keep you on the air there for a while. What you got there, Krissy?
So, have you heard of how measles has been outbreaking lately?
No, I haven't, but you know that all goes back to our debate we're having now as a society about vaccines.
Yeah. So I saw it this morning. I was like, well, I haven't really heard anything about that. Like my micro teacher told us, was like, it's gonna come here, but that was it.
Right.
But somehow we've managed to avoid the measles outbreak that it broke out nationwide in the United States last year. It says that the credit is due to the work behind the scenes at the Alabama Department of Public Health. Nobody knows about the public of health until something goes wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're generally working in the background trying to keep people safe. We had one measles case in North Alabama last August, and they said that was the first case recorded since 2002.
Golly.
So
that's good.
And the person that got it was
it's
a child.
Been that long, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20, how old am I turning this year? 24.
24. Golly, it's so hard to remember all those birthdays. wait till you get 60-something. Something. Notice I said something.
Yeah.
60-something.
But the patient that had it was a child younger than 5, was unvaccinated, and was traveling out of the country when the disease was contracted. The child later recovered, and so far we do not know that he has infected any person.
Right.
So that's good.
Well, you know, there was this huge outbreak back in the 20s and 30s, I guess, and then you know, we developed these vaccines for things that I guess in my case, I'm one of the baby boomers. I got all vaccinated, you know, whatever it had to have. And even now to get in school, I think you have to have proof of vaccinations. I don't know how they get around that.
Yeah.
Why do I have to show it? And this person over here says I don't want to get a vaccine, and they don't have to do it. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I do understand the need for the vaccines, or how nice they are, how nice it is to think of there being some sort of panacea that we can take or have injected into us, you know, to keep us healthy. But those injections, those things, they have side effects and repercussions too, as we learned, especially from COVID. You know, a lot of folks did not take that vaccine. I did take it. I did take them. I got the booster once, and then it was after a while, I started reading about all these people that were literally dying because of the side effects. And it was like, you know, maybe it's just not a good idea. Maybe it's you have a better chance to survive it other ways.
Yeah.
And I was very fortunate to do that. I know there's a lot of folks didn't, including my father-in-law. But at the same time, I don't know what the answer is about these vaccines. You know, we got smarter people than us, I guess, Krissy, who are you know, trying to monitor that for us. But what do you think about that?
So I really don't. I feel like because I don't have a kid, I don't really know a lot about it. I feel like that's one of those things when I do have a kid, I'll deep dive and but there won't be a lot of time then. You'll have to do it maybe before that. Yeah.
But I just was curious if you had any thoughts about it, because it is.
I generally, honestly, don't know enough about it.
Right.
Too.
I understand. I'm not a doctor either. You know what I mean? I don't mean to come across that way, but I can read and I can understand most stories. But I just know that there are lots of instances where people are getting sick, and there's no explanation for it except the only thing that they can point to that's different are these vaccinations. But I don't know what the answer is. I think the whatever that is. I don't know if they call it DHR or not on the federal level. I have to think about it from HHR. I think it is Health and Human Resources.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's the one with Robert Kennedy Jr. I think is Robert Kennedy Jr. is heading that for the Trump administration. Which he's a Democrat, but he's one that has always been described as more moderate, perhaps, than other Democrats. But regardless of that, he's leading it, and he's really looking into it, fast and furious.
So I also have another story. You know the "Go to church or the devil will get you" sign?
I do know that.
I feel like
I love that sign.
everybody knows that sign.
Yeah, that's a.
How long has it been there, realistically?
Oh gosh, ever since before I was driving.
So
in the 70s, I would say.
I
was the first time I saw it. I think it's on the
65.
Yeah, it's in Otago County, I believe.
It is.
Just before you come into Prattville, somewhere right in there. There's 2 ponds there, 2 lakes, far off in the distance there.
Yeah, but
some beautiful looking properties.
So it became an iconic site that it became public outcry when the billboard was destroyed by a storm.
Yeah,
that was in 2016.
That's right.
So then they made a new one in 2018. But now there's kind of a similar one in Southern California. And so they're getting a small glimpse of Alabama's roadside. Singer-songwriter Ethel Cain put up a billboard in Coachella Valley that reads, "Go see Ethel Cain or the devil will get you." So someone spotted it and posted it on Reddit. It also features a drawing of a woman in a red dress holding a sky.
What is she doing? Was she running for something? Is she just a singer?
She's a singer-songwriter.
Okay.
So,
well, it's definitely not the same thing.
Yeah, holding, I don't know what a scythe is.
Scythe is it's a scythe. It's a threshing tool.
Okay.
That you cut.
Yeah.
You cut stuff with.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like a devil's.
Okay, well, yeah.
A devil's scythe.
Yeah, it says similar to the devil seen on the Alabama sign.
Oh, there you go.
I could have just read that.
Yeah. one more sentence,
Yeah.
right? And you had the same answer.
Commenters and Ethel Cain fans says they seem to love the Alabama connection. Says it's insane to me that Ethel is making this sign that has been part of my entire life famous now. Bama girl here, and I couldn't be more obsessed. She chose to recreate this iconic sign, said somebody else. A third said, "Someone make us a T-shirt with this on it."
Oh yeah,
we sell a bunch of those here.
Oh, I know.
I actually don't have one. I need to get one.
But I had forgotten that it took them 2 years to put the sign back up. But I remember that it was damaged. Because it's been there for a long time, and its current form is obviously updated, more modern. Yeah. But before it was just an old-timey sign. They hand-painted it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just something that, just one of those iconic spots that you get to that point and you say, yeah, I'm 25 minutes from home or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just something like that would help you remember that.
But it also says that Ethel Cain is a record producer and model, and she's set to appear at the Orion Amphitheater in Huntsville on May 2nd.
Well, it's nothing like getting yourself a little publicity for your show.
Yeah.
But, the reason that I think his name was Mr. Newell. He had a construction company. I want to say Pete. Everybody called him Pete, but I'm not sure that I'm right. But I do remember his name was Newell.
Yeah, Bill Newell.
Okay, Mr. Bill Newell then. But he was the guy that his construction company, and he wanted to send a message out to people that, hey, listen, you better be in church or the devil will get you.
Yeah.
And it's so true. I mean, people have made fun of it for years, but I don't know what her motivation is other than she's a singer and maybe wants to sell a few more of her records.
Yeah.
I don't know that or that it isn't, but I know that Mr. Newell, his statement was, hey, I'm a Christian. You should be a Christian. You should go to church and worship God or the devil will get you. And like I said, it became a joke, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it was put back up finally, it was just like all is well in the world again. You know, right there on that little hill.
Yeah.
Right. There's some certain parts. In fact, I can remember coming down the hill, coming towards Montgomery. You're coming. I said down the hill. It's kind of down the slope of the state. I can remember coming and seeing those lakes over on the left, and you can see them from several miles away because there's just in certain views, or at least it used to could. Hadn't thought about it in a while, but my brother would always joke with me that there was a lake monster out there, you know, and the reason he would do that is because you could see this little thing that looked like a head from the road. You could see it in the middle of the lake, and it turns out it was a spillway, I think. But,
yeah.
But he would tell me, you know, his older brother, you know how they treat your younger brothers. It's a wonder we all survive. But anyway, you know, he would act like it was some lake monster.
It says now that Sam and Keith Newell, which are his sons, now maintain the Alabama billboard. So
yeah.
Still in the family.
I was always hoping I could go fishing out there.
I know. I've always thought about that.
Got a friend of mine and his brother two friends of mine went fishing yesterday and since put some pictures out, and man, they caught some beautiful fish. They were over in some lake over in West Alabama, some private lake over there, and man, they were catching some big ones.
We need the details.
I know. I saw some big pictures, some pictures of some big fish rather.
That can be our next.
Man, I want to do it.
That can be our next bonding experiment.
He doesn't listen. I don't think to the show. He never takes me. He tells me all about it all the time. I'm like, hey, no, I could cast. I could cast.
I can get bass
I'm quiet.
off the hook.
I'll buy you lunch. You know, let me go fishing. Just kidding. But I would love to be catching those big fish.
I think that's what we, instead of putter up, or we'll still go to putter up actually. But after putter up, we'll go fishing as a bonding experience.
We'll just
you better get the calendar ready.
That's right. And
that's at least free.
And make sure the credit limit is increased. Yeah.
He said he's so excited.
Exactly. Well, again, we got mentioned, we have Lucy Ellington coming up from the Chilton Extension Office with the state of Alabama Extension. And she's going to talk about all the good things they're doing out there. And I'm excited to have her on because I think that a lot of people here really into what's going on at the Extension Office.
Yeah.
I've had a couple friends of mine work out there and run it, and so it's been very nice.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back where you're watching Morning Mayhem with Piper Peach with Mike Ellison and Krissy Lee.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes.
amberjack.
Hello, we're back.
We're swapping fishing stories.
Yeah, that's the fish.
That's what y'all missed while we went to break. They've got a picture of. I'm not sure. I thought that might be an amberjack, but I don't know what that is.
I don't remember.
That's
that
a nice looking fish though.
2000 and something.
Yep. I haven't been deep sea fishing. The last time I went, I took my son. He was about 13, and he is 39.
It's so
38. So long time ago.
It's fun.
But I remember going. I don't know where if I'm going down the wrong rabbit hole this morning, but I remember going on a charter boat, and there being like 6 of us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was the roughest water I've ever been on in my life. Don't recommend that to anybody. But then we went a few years later. We rented a big party boat, a catamaran, down there at Captain Anderson's Pier in Panama City Beach.
I think that's where we went. We left.
Jim and I want to say, I used to have a picture of it. I still have a picture of it, my son and I. He's all hot and bothered because it was quite warm that day, but we have a good picture of it. But that was much better. I don't know, the bigger boat handled the water, the waves better.
Yeah.
Wasn't as bad and still caught, and actually caught a lot more fish. I did, at least that day. But anyway, I was thinking of my friend BJ Massengill. Her husband is like a semi-pro fisherman, but he would love to go to these private ponds that my friends got to go to yesterday. I don't know how they make a connection. Maybe they're farmers too. I don't know, but
we need the invite.
Oh man, what's some pictures he sent back? What's some massive fish? I mean, a 7-pound bass is pretty good size.
Yeah,
and they fight like crazy. That's the fun part, you know.
I want to go back to the shark. I want to go shark fishing.
Shark fishing.
Like, even if I'm not the one reeling it in, because that's a lot of work, I just want to watch. You
want to see it up close. You don't want to be on video or something, you know, from your living room.
Yeah,
Right.
Mr. I think it was Mr. Buck.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he said he went, and one of his friends got the hook out, and it cut his finger open because it's the teeth. And it was a tiny shark. So.
Well, Brian is telling me all about it. He's got a friend that owns a charter boat in Panama City, and then he's talking about Captain Mike Anderson. I was actually talking about the restaurant. I don't think that's the same guy. There is a Mike Anderson, and I think they're on the same, section of pier there, or whatever that would be called. But I don't think I'm talking about the same guy. I was just talking about the Captain Anderson's, the restaurant. That's one of our favorite places to eat down there.
Well, since we're talking about sharks, do you know who Lulu Gribben is?
Yes, she's a young lady. She's from Alabama, Mountain Brook area.
Yeah.
That lost her arm or something.
Mm-hmm. So,
leg. Was it arm or leg that she lost in a shark attack?
Both.
Oh,
I believe.
I knew she was. She survived a shark attack. But yes, what about it?
So it's been about a year since everything happened, but they just created the nation's first government-issued shark alert system. So, since Gribben's appearance on the Today Show and Governor Kay Ivey signed the bill, the rollout has drawn little attention, even as the system becomes like it's already in place, said Chris Blankenship. We have procedures in place with the Mobile and Baldwin. I don't know what that means.
What now?
Emergency management agencies. Mm-hmm. According to the documents, the protocols for the shark alert system become official on Monday.
Mobile County and Baldwin counties.
Yeah.
On their coast. I think that's what that's meant.
So the alert system only applies to Baldwin and Mobile counties.
Yeah.
Cell phone users within a tightly defined geofenced area will receive alerts if an unprovoked shark attack is confirmed. The alerts will go to people south of the intracoastal waterway in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and the unincorporated beach communities in Baldwin County.
Yep.
In Mobile County, the alert system will also apply to Dauphin Island. So, it's just an alert that's issued for an unprovoked
Do you ever
shark
spend
attack.
much time down in Gulf Shores?
Yeah, I've been.
Fort Morgan area?
I like Dauphin Island a lot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So that's on the Mobile County side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played golf down on Dauphin Island many, many years ago.
It's nice. I like it.
That was wild.
I like
A lot of wind.
Port St. Joe's my favorite though.
Port St. Joe. Now that's Florida. I'm talking about in Alabama.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you ever spend any time in around Fort Morgan? We were invited and got to stay at a beautiful place in Orange Beach. And I don't know where I've been the last 30, 40 years, but I did not know Orange Beach had been so developed.
Yeah.
Gosh, it looks like Miami Beach down there, except nicer because we got more room. And I mean, we got more space between buildings. We don't have them built right on top of each other like those other places do. But anyway, Brian let me know that it is the same Captain Anderson. So I'll go with you, Brian. But that is a good story though about the warning system. I don't know how that would have helped her, but regardless, doesn't really matter. She's just trying to help others. Help getting involved with it, and attaching her name, let them attach her name to it. But
she's definitely came a long way since.
Yes, exactly. And wow. So that's one way. Krissy, I don't like to get in the ocean.
Me either.
Especially not where it like over my head.
I like to go about thigh deep, and that's if I can see the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, if you're up and your neck, I mean, you don't see anything underneath you.
No.
And oh man, it just I love to tell this story. The movie Jaws comes out in 1974, 5. I'm a teenager. Come home from basketball practice, just totally exhausted. My parents going, "Oh, we're going to go see Jaws tonight." I thought, "Oh, that'd be great." So we go some theater. I'm sure it was up Birmingham or Montgomery area back then. And we get to the theater, and I don't know if you remember the movie. Have you seen the movie Jaws? The actual?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's this scene where this fisherman's boat is found at night on the water, and it is in total disarray, like it has been attacked by this giant shark. And one of the characters decides he's going to get his wetsuit on and go check out the boat at night with his, he's got lights and just crazy stuff, like, no, I don't think I would get in the water when we know the shark is right there. So he goes in and he's looking for something. And then, I mean, within just a couple of minutes, he's looking at this big giant bite out of the side of this boat, and he's looking, and then this head rolls out, right? I mean, just, one of those moments where one minute the head's not there, next minute it's there, and man, I remember
your shark bait.
I tightened up so badly, and I was so tired from basketball practice that both of my thighs began to cramp up. And I got up in the middle of the movie, and I'm trying to get, and we're right in the middle of this aisle, and I'm trying to get out of the aisle and walk. But anyway, that was shark attacks. I'm just not into. It's like going deep sea fishing. They're just out there, and what if you slip and you're in the water with them, and it's like.
I try not to think about that. At least I'm on a boat.
Yes, I know. It's hard not to think about it though.
Well,
yes, I'm a chicken.
Me too. It's okay.
Chicken. They would eat chickens too if they had a chance.
I've actually been to we went to a dolphin, not a cruise, but you rode jet skis to see the dolphins. And I was probably like 8 years old. I wanted to stay on the jet ski because I'm terrified. Dolphins look like sharks.
Yep.
Sharks at 8 years old. They're the same.
With the sharks.
They're the same thing in my head. And so everybody else my mom was trying to get off the Sea-Doo without making me fall, and I fell in, and it was over. We have it on like a GoPro. You just hear me screaming in the background.
Get me out.
I almost drowned my mom, I'm pretty sure, because I was like, get me out of this water. That was terrifying. And there was like a ship under us, like a sunken ship. I don't know.
Well, that movie back in the day had such an effect on people. People... They either felt bad because people went out and trying to kill sharks because they thought they were monsters, or they just felt like this is great. It's bringing all this awareness, all this stuff. But anyway, I just remember watching it and being totally terrified. There's a place here in the county. I have always known it called the Rock Quarry. Not sure who owns it now. It's out near the Jumbo community, which is, I guess you'd say, towards the river. But there's a place called the Rock Quarry, and it is just known for its crystal clear water. I mean, it's just, you can just see forever. And I can remember going out there after watching that movie with my dad and my brother. They were both scuba divers, and they took their equipment out there to do a little scuba diving.
And you just
and I was left on top of the water on the inner tube, because I was kind of like their anchor. I don't know what you call it, but I was out in the water with them.
You were the flag.
Maybe, but I mean, this is a relatively small lake or small pond or quarry hole, swimming hole. But all I could think about was, it's very deep. I don't know what's down there.
They're gonna get
and there
eaten.
could be a giant freshwater shark. I mean, that was 15 years old. But man, I was like ready to get out of that water. I mean, when I let go of that thing and swam to the side, I looked like Mark Spitz getting over there in about 2.4 seconds. He's a long-time swimmer, won a bunch of gold medals back in his day.
There used to be a quarry behind Hobby Lobby in Prattville. I just saw where a bunch of people posted like on their Snapchat during the summer. And I drove out there one time by myself, and I was like, I'm going to look at it. No, I couldn't find it. I got scared and turned around. But then, now they're building houses and stuff back there, so it's gone.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because what are we supposed to do? What are kids supposed to do in Prattville besides shop?
Exactly. Well, listen, it's we're up against the break here, the top of the hour, 7:59 here, Piper Beach Radio. We'll be back, Krissy, Lee, and Mike, in the Morning Mayhem.
Some music.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs, all conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available, or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Chilton Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes.
All right, good morning, good morning. We're back here. It's 8:05 here on Wednesday morning, Piper Peach Radio with Krissy, Lee, and Mike. And you see that somebody added to us this
You've
morning.
been added.
That's right. Lucy Ellington is director of the Chilton Extension Office for the Alabama Extension. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah. Well, tell me exactly what you guys do to try to improve the lives of our community here. What all services do you guys provide out there?
So a lot of people are surprised to learn that we do more than agriculture. So agriculture is what we're mostly known for, especially since we have the research station here. But we do other things like health and wellness. We do master of memory. So that's one helping people think about as they age, like even me, like how many times do I walk into a room and forget why I walked in there?
I did that.
I was going to say, I think we're all probably guilty of that. Other programs that we do, one of our extension agents has been very diligent to help our local child care facilities become what they consider breastfeeding friendly certified. And so if they go through, it's a full day of classes. And then once the child care provider goes through that class, we're able to give them a refrigerator and a rocking chair so that they can have a private area for if you have a working mom who's able to come in and breastfeed. It gives them that extra certification.
That's pretty cool.
I was thinking about that when I was reading about that a particular program. I guess that just means involving, obviously learning, but setting aside space for that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
'Cause I know that can be I don't know, maybe I should change subjects. Let y'all talk about this.
It's a little private. Some people, you know.
Drop something down here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
But,
private. There you go. That's a good word.
It is.
That's
It's
a
a
good
little
word.
private.
That's exactly right.
Just making sure those moms have what they
But
need.
I didn't know there would be something called breastfeeding friendly certified.
I know I did not either
But
until.
I get it. I can see how that would be important, especially to the mama and the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So that's just one of the things that people are like, oh, y'all teach that. And we're like, we do. We
What
do.
about some of the other things that you do besides agriculture, as you mentioned?
So I think most everyone has heard of 4-H. Probably growing up, it's the 4-leaf clover, and it has the 4 H's on it.
Tell us what those 4 H's are.
So we have head, heart, hand, and health.
How about that? Did you remember that from your
No.
days? I forgot it. I was always going to be horticulture, something H,
yes,
but how about
yes,
that?
Yes.
Go ahead. I apologize.
No, through those programs, we hope to hit all, 4 H's, head, health, heart, and our hands. So hands are your community service. So we have a youth council, and every year they try to do community service projects. The past 2 years, we've been able to get stocking stuffers for DHR. So that's been one of our youth council service projects. This spring, there were a few of them who went and helped with Night to Shine. That happened, I guess that's about a month or two ago. So that's our service. But then head, I love the outdoors. So we have our forestry club, and forestry club really makes you think. That uses that head a lot with tree identification, compass and pacing.
Yeah.
And mapping. Now mapping, that one gets me all messed up.
Where does pacing fit in? I know.
So pacing. All right. So if you have a compass and you're trying to go from, get the coordinates from one point to another. So you hold your compass and you get the coordinates, right?
Okay.
Then they have to actually pace from that point to the next, like from A to B, and they have to tell us how far it was based on their pace.
Okay.
And so we have to teach them a pace is based off a chain. So these are all like, your forestry terms. A chain is 66 feet. So we practice walking 66 feet. We practice and practice and practice. Because the goal is every time you walk 66 feet, you want to be getting like 10 steps, 12 steps consistently. And then once you know how many steps it takes to get 66 feet, you can measure, and let's say your step is 2 feet. So then if you took 10 steps from point A to B, multiply 10 times 2, and that's 20 feet.
Right.
So, but for a 9-year-old, that's a lot to take in and understand, and that's
a lot for me.
I was like, where do I sign up?
Yeah, it's every Tuesday right now from 5 to 6.
Every Tuesday. And where are they hosted? Out at your extension office there?
Yes. So
I guess that's Collins Chapel.
Well, that's the research station.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The office is actually at right across from the cleaners in downtown Clanton.
Okay, that's right.
So,
I should know that. I use those cleaners.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, so that's a bit of our 4-H program. We do what I'm gonna consider like an enrichment club. It meets every Tuesday in the fall and then every Tuesday in the spring, and that is Miss Joan McGriff's club and Pam Owsley's club called Peach Pals. And Peach Pals is where we do cooking and sewing and art and you name it, we try to do it. Every year they learn how to make an omelet. That's the one thing Miss Pam Owsley thinks every child needs to know how to make their own omelet. So that way if they're home alone and they have an egg, you can make an omelet.
How to break an egg.
That's right. Yes.
There you go.
And are there age requirements for that, or?
So to be a true 4-H'er, you have to be 9 years old and up. So 9 to 18.
Dang it.
I know. But a clover bud. Now, clover buds are I shouldn't have favorites, but I do because I love watching their little minds learn. The clover buds are 5 to 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I love getting to see them experience things for the first time.
What do y'all do in your programs for those clover buds? I see you have summer program and winter workshop.
Yes. So the summer program, each year we'll pick a different theme. So last year our theme was agriculture. And so every Tuesday we had a different livestock animal or agriculture related animal come think about show animals. So, you show horses, you show cows, you show rabbits, chickens, and pigs. And so every week we tried to have one of those animals come visit us. This year, with it being America 250, every week is going to be focused on like our founding fathers. And then we're going to have one like a patriotic day, the last one. Talk about Uncle Sam and hopefully have a America birthday because that one happens right around the 4th of July.
You need to get Auburn to bring some of their Raptors over.
Oh, we should. That's a good idea.
The 250,
yes.
with the eagle and everything.
That would be that's a great idea.
Why do you think these things are so important for these opportunities for people to take advantage of? Krissy, what do you think they get out of it? What do you want them to get out of it?
What do we want?
Yeah.
Well, one, I want them to learn. Our goal at the end of the day is to educate. So if you're coming to our office, you're usually coming with a question. It may simply be, hey, where's the courthouse? They'll call us or they'll come in on accident. And so, we show them where it is. But if they're coming to one of our workshops, most of the time the workshop has a theme. So it may be financial management. It may be how to grow a backyard garden. But we want them to learn how to do it successfully. All right. So one thing I haven't mentioned is extension. We're part of Auburn University. And so our goal is for it to be research-based, so proven. I always tell people if they come to my workshops, I'm going to be pretty honest with them. Vegetables are hard to grow. They really are. And a lot of people will start out thinking they're going to grow a 100 by 100 foot garden. They're like, this is going to be. I'm like, no. You need to start small. Start small and don't start with a tomato plant. Oh. Start with a pepper, okay?
That's what I did.
Yes. Well, tomatoes, Dr. Wheeler Foshee in horticulture at Auburn, he always tells us in his horticulture class, he says a tomato comes up looking for a reason to die. Oh. Because they are so prone to disease.
Finicky, aren't they?
Yes. So a pepper plant is my go-to. I'm like, if you're gardening for the first time, grow a pepper and you'll have more success. But that's what we want them to learn. We hope that they leave with the knowledge that they came hoping to receive.
Well, some of the other things you have listed here, you mentioned home horticulture and you mentioned the home garden, but what about on the commercial side? I mean, I know at the extension office out there, they have just a plethora of trees and different varieties of this and that. And so what are some of those services that are provided?
So we do field days throughout the year, depending on the area, but commercial crops specifically, we have our strawberry meeting that happens in the fall of the year, and then our peach meeting usually happens in January, February, and that's for all of our commercial growers, and that is when we are going to give them updates on the research. So with peaches, it may be disease resistance, insect, we're always combating insects, it feels like. So maybe something that is, you don't have to spray as much. Like nowadays, can't remember the proper name for it, but it's about the size of a twist tie. Okay, and it puts out a pheromone that keeps the insect away. Oh. So it's like you're not even having to spray if you use that little twist tie. Now the key is you have to put it all the way around your orchard, and so it's a lot of manual labor at first. But a lot of people want us to spray less.
That's something you guys discovered out there?
Well, we didn't discover it, but we have done trials with it. Okay. Yes, sir. And so it's out there. And several of our growers do use those. But yeah, it just looks like a long twist tie, and you just tie it around the branches.
And have the results been good so far?
Oh, yes. But again, the key is you've got to cover your whole orchard.
They're not having to kill the bug. They just
keep it away.
Come there. How about that?
Yes, sir.
It's probably better.
But we have forage research also, which is it's not new to Auburn, but it's somewhat new to this research station. Like it hasn't been ongoing too long. But forage is for your livestock, specifically cows.
And you have pond management on here?
Oh, I love a good pond management class. You know, they'll put the shock boat out in the pond. That's one of the demonstrations they do because shock doesn't kill the fish, but it shocks them. So they'll come up and you can kind of take inventory of what you have in the pond. Wow. So we have one scheduled for the fall. So
I thought that used to be illegal there, Lucy. I'm not sure.
Well, it is if it's not for teaching purposes.
Yeah, exactly. if it's done by the right people, right? Whose electricity is going in? Yeah. So the fish come up and they can see the health of their fish. And,
yes.
And I don't know. That's got to be pretty neat. We were just talking before the break about a couple friends of mine went fishing yesterday. This private lake over in West Alabama and just caught hundreds of fish, including some really nice ones. And I always think I had an opportunity once to fish the pond behind the extension. Jim Pitts was running. And Jim and I were Sunday school mates. And
okay, yes, sir.
And I remember going out there and catching 2 or 3 really nice fish out of that pond.
I didn't know there were fish back there.
I put them back. I mean, so they're probably technically I guess they could still be there. But anyway, I just remember when I saw pond management, I think of there's a lot more to it than just digging a hole and putting water in it.
Oh my goodness!
We got some friends where we live now in North Jemison that have ponds, and they're always taking some sample and looking at the water. I'm like, yes, water.
Yes, checking the water quality, making sure it's.
Hey, I see you got the Chick Chain Club.
Oh yes, actually.
Is that named after Mr. Carlton?
No, it's not.
It's not.
It should be.
But it is something about chickens.
It is
then,
about chickens.
Okay,
yes, sir.
All right, I got it.
So our chickens are due any moment, actually. So I don't know if y'all know this, but chicks are shipped in the mail. And so if you ever walk into the post office here, you'll hear chicks chirping about this time of year.
I missed it.
But our chicks come in, and the child gets 10 chicks, and they have to raise the chicks all summer. And then in September, we'll have our Chick Chain show. So if y'all aren't doing anything that Saturday, we'll have to make sure y'all know about it. But the kids learn how to get. Some of them do it better than others, but you're supposed to be able to have your chicken basically walk down a carpet. Okay. And then you're supposed to stop it, and it'll turn around, and it's supposed to walk back the other direction. Okay, that's the goal.
Train your chicken.
Yes, and then the breed. So they're the 2 breeds that we have. We have Barred Rock, and then we have the Rhode Island Red. And so out of
both of them,
yes, out of about 12 children for Chilton County. So this is multi-county. I will say that our show is usually multi-county. So we'll have like Bibb, St. Clair, kind of the whole central region involved. And so you want your Rhode Island Red to look better and healthier than everybody else's. And so it's
I've been reading not too long ago about the cattle judging team at Thorsby High School, I think it was, had been getting some statewide or maybe even national recognition and winning different awards. Is that something that they learned through the extensions? How does the extension provide support for that?
So each FFA chapter does things differently. So some of them partner with us on different activities. Some of their students may come to like our local livestock club for 4-H, but technically FFA is its own entity.
I see. Okay. Well, I just remember hearing about it, and then when I see the livestock club that you have,
so a lot of the students that are in livestock clubs in your FFA groups are the ones who make up our 4-H livestock club.
So they take what they pick up and learn from you guys and take it on.
And vice versa.
Of course, right,
sure.
Exactly.
And how do you pick, like, who does the Chick Chain? Because you said it's different counties.
Yes.
So how does that go about picking?
So a county can say, hey, we're going to offer Chick Chain. And so, like, we held an interest meeting back before Christmas because you have to reserve your birds ahead of time. Since so many people are doing backyard chickens now, you have to reserve birds several months in advance. So we had our interest meeting, and we had several families come, and we're like, all right, after we've told you the responsibility, because the children are going to say yes.
Yeah.
We need mom and dad to say yes, yeah. And once
it's really for the parents.
Yes. And so once the parents, agree, then we'll put them, on our list. And then we order the chicks, and then the chicks are supposed to arrive this week, and so they'll take them home. But I mean, it's open to anyone.
Okay.
And one thing that, if you ever look at our Facebook page or anything, sometimes you'll see, oh, well, there's a cost for like summer camp, or there's a cost for chick chain. My thing is that I want people to know about, we have people who are willing to sponsor children.
Just thinking you were going to say that.
We
Glad to
always
hear
have
that.
sponsors. So don't ever, I don't want people to see the cost and be like, oh, we can't do it. Like that's one thing that we have always been blessed. Chilton County is very generous towards 4-H. And so
Other ways too, of course.
yes,
Right.
yes. So there's ways around any fee,
Yeah.
if you'll just let us know like, hey, my child's interested, but right now I need scholarship. And there's no shame in asking for scholarship, like we all have been in times in our life where we might not can give up $75 for 10 chickens.
Especially right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the time she was talking
Yeah.
about. Well, what else what are some things coming up what are on the program list here coming up that you guys got going on you want to share with our listeners?
So the one that I'm really, really excited about is we have heirs property. So it's heirs property and estate planning. And this
Okay.
is a program that we have several, I'm going to call them specialists coming in. So these are people who this is what they do. They help with estate planning. They help with wills and et cetera. And it's
Right.
this coming Tuesday. So we have the information session on Tuesday, April 21st at West End Baptist from 9 to 12. So you're going to come and hopefully soak in all the information. Then we have some students from Faulkner and their professors who are also attorneys are going to come and actually help you write a will if you don't have a will. And this is all free, but the clinic will be on May 1st. So it's kind of like you have your info session on the 21st, and then it gives you time to go and get things in order. So like you may need to think about, hey, if I'm going to write a will, you don't need to just write it that day.
Yeah.
You need to give thought to it. You need to make sure you have all the right paperwork. And so then you can come back on May 1st. And that clinic will be at the extension office because you'll have one-on-one direct time with this attorney to write your will or help with your estate planning, or maybe you just have questions. So that's the one I'm excited about because we have so many people coming in from across the state to help with that. We will be at Strawberry Festival. So I know a lot of people will probably be at Strawberry Festival this Saturday.
We mentioned Strawberry Festival earlier.
Yes, I love. That's actually one of my favorites. I know we're in peach country, but I love that usually April's a little cooler than June.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Usually.
is. We've got Krissy is going to be our representative in the "Are You Smarter Than a Farmer" game, which I like to play.
Okay, come on down.
In the
I just found this
adult
out.
age category.
Yes, adult age. Are you smarter than a farmer? All right.
Do you remember the show? Are you
Yeah.
smarter than a fifth grader?
I mean, I'll try.
It's amazing
but
how many times I was not.
Yeah, I know.
am I allowed to give sarcastic answers?
Sure, we'll take whatever you got.
Okay.
Yes.
Sign me up.
Hey, Lucy, I want to mention that many years ago, when I was served on the Jemison Elementary School PTA, we raised a ton of money selling some frozen good or something. I don't remember, a lot more than we thought we were going to. And so we were like, what are we going to do with this money? And so we decided, because at the time, the front of the school appearance was lacking. The I don't know, I'm not pointing fingers, I don't even know who was in the administration of the Board of Education. However, I reached out to the Master Gardener program, and you guys, they sent a representative to help me pick out what plants needed to go where. And those plants are still there to this day, thriving because of the advice that we got from the master. So what is your relationship to that program?
So the Master Gardeners, I help advise, okay?
Okay.
I help because our home horticulture agent, Jacob Turner, he's their primary advisor. But he's not housed in our county, whereas I am. So, day in, day out questions I help them with.
Yeah.
But the purpose of the program is just going back to that education. So it's a multi-week program that they go through. It's kind of a crash course. It's like a semester course at Auburn, except we're off campus and you're going through it and you have a big old textbook and there are quizzes. So we love it. But the purpose is we educate them so then they can basically be an extension of extension.
Right.
And so then they're out in the community and there's a lot more of them than there are of me. And so they can get things done like that.
Kind of like our program that we did up there. We were just wanting to make sure that we put the right plant in the right spot because I know you don't want to put something up against a house, you know, it's going to get 60 feet tall, you know, or something.
Yes.
So, but anyway, we got good advice from them.
We educate them, and then our goal is that they'll go out into the community and help on projects like that.
I think there were 2 master gardeners that showed up the day that we installed all of this.
Okay.
And they actually helped for a while. I don't remember exact details, but I forget the gentleman's name, but he brought another master gardener with him.
Yes.
I didn't mean to cut you off. You were talking about it, though, but you guys work with them too as well, huh? I know it's on your, you've got a training course coming up.
We do.
This summer.
Yes. Registration starts in summer, and then August will be the first class. So if you're interested, I always tell people, call the extension office. We'll tell you more about the class.
June will be here before you know it.
It is. It's coming fast.
It will. That's right. But I know about them, except from personal. And then tell me about Leadership Chilton, how the extension office works with that organization.
So Leadership Chilton has been going long before I came to Chilton County. It's been a combination of the chamber and the extension office. There was a lull for a few years. Mainly it's kind of like one of those things where you do a program, and then you kind of like have to take a deep breath. And so when I
step back.
Yes. And so when I came in, the chamber reached out and was like, would y'all want to, start this back up? Like, we're post-COVID now. We were past COVID.
True.
Do y'all want to? And I was like, sure, let's do it. And so we had a big reunion. Have you ever gone through Leadership Chilton? Did you ever go through it?
Actually, I have followed in the Chilton County News and the Clanton Advertiser, for a long time.
Yes,
when they would publish their stories about it.
Okay.
Recognize a few folks in there, but I have not done it.
Well, maybe we need to get you in.
Maybe too late.
No, it's never too late. It's never too late. But anyways, to me it's fun because especially if you're not from here at Chilton, in Chilton County, because you get to learn the history of Chilton County. We have Derek Scott, who's a historian, and Billy Singleton, Councilman Billy Singleton. They lead that, and let me tell you, the information they know about Chilton County is amazing.
I know, I've seen them both.
It is
present different presentations before.
Fantastic to learn our history. And you don't think about that, like, hey, what's the history of where I live? We kind of take that for granted a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You kind of forget, like, how did we get established and become the fruit tree growers that we are and the strawberry growers that we are. So, but then we have like our local government day, and we just last week had our Quality of Life Day. And what I love about Quality of Life is we highlight several of our nonprofits. We can't hit all of them, but we highlight several of them along with DHR, the health department, the hospital, things that truly improve the lives here in Chilton County. And it opened several of their eyes, because a lot of people in our class who go through Leadership Chilton, their spouse may be from here, but they aren't from here.
Right.
Or either they've moved here for their career, such as like ADENT. A lot of ADENT are coming in.
Kind of like you.
Me, yes.
Yeah, for example.
That's me. I'm a transplant.
Right, you were talking about that from way up there in North Alabama.
Oh, yes, I know. Used to, this is a joke, they used to tell me that I was from above Birmingham. And so when I lived in the Dothan area, they were like, oh, if you're above Birmingham, that's the Yankee line, So I was like, well, I guess I'm guilty of that,
Gosh. I think the folks in North Florida might say that about the folks in Dothan.
Yes.
But you were saying that you had grown up in Priceville, up in Morgan County.
Yes, sir. I graduated
near
from
Decatur.
Yes, from
Tell us a
Priceville
little bit
High
about
School.
yourself and your background there. How did you end up here in beautiful Chilton County, Alabama?
So I grew up. Both of my parents are foresters, And so that's kind of where my love for the
I was
outdoors
gonna say that's
came.
a good start.
Yes, my mom's family has a sawmill, and it still runs today. It's thankfully it has flourished and it has done well. And
is that in that same area?
It is. It's
okay.
in Decatur.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All
It's in
right.
Decatur, and it's still family run. And then my dad, he works for. So my mom's the sawmill in Decatur does mainly pine, like pine, whether it's flooring or whether just any type of building supply.
Okay.
Whereas my dad works for a mill just across the line in Tennessee called Thompson Appalachian, and they do hardwood. So, and what I have learned is moving here oh yes, sir. Yes,
That'd
sir.
probably be the most prevalent, wouldn't it? Go ahead. Yeah.
And then I moved here, and we have our what we call the PLM class, Professional Logger Management course, every summer. And some of the loggers were like, Edwards. Are you related to Charles Edwards? Because before I'm in Ellington, I was in Edwards, and I was like, yes. And they're like, well, your dad buys lumber from us, or logs from us. And so I was like, this is a small world. You can't go anywhere. But that's kind of what both of my parents, have done. And so I grew up very more traditional. Every summer was spent out at the garden. And it's, God has a unique way of using things that you don't necessarily like when you're young. They circle back around. Because like if you had told me when I was 10 years old, that I was going to be teaching people how to garden, I was like, oh no, I don't like picking okra. It makes your arms itch, I don't like getting up.
It makes everything itch that it touches.
Yes. So it's just, it's been amazing to see how life unfolds and puts you back in certain situations. And makes you enjoy them, things you never thought you would.
How long have you been in your current position?
So I moved here June of 22.
Okay.
So I've been here.
Coming up on 4 years then.
Time is flying
How about
by.
that?
It's flying.
Just to have you talk about that and your background and how it brought up something else that you guys do out there at the logging class that you just mentioned. I mean, how do you keep up with all that? You must have a good staff out there.
We have two amazing admins. We have Lisa McCullough at the research station, and then Brandy Childress is at our office in town. And let me tell you, I don't know how Brandy Childress keeps us straight. Next week's Admin Appreciation Day, and there's just not enough money to show appreciation for how she keeps it straight.
You have to take them to eat or something.
Yes.
Get them buy them some lunch. But just again, looking at all this, it's been fabulous to have you on. Well, tell us, how can we learn more about what you do? Obviously, we could have you on every week and you could talk for 30 minutes, but how could I or anybody else that's listening or watching, what's the best avenues that they have to get information about what you guys are up to? So
the easiest, in my opinion, is going to be social media because we are on Facebook. We have a Facebook page for Chilton County Extension - Alabama Extension, and then we have Chilton County 4-H. So all of our 4-H information is posted on Chilton County 4-H Facebook page, and then all the other non-4-H is on our just our typical Alabama Extension page for Chilton County. So those are the two, just because we're constantly posting. Like if we have a workshop, we're going to post it multiple times in hopes that people see it. Right. If if you're like, well, I just have a question, you can send us a message through there. You can also call us. That's another, people will be like, hey, I heard about this. Can you give me more information? Is the class full? Can I sign up? Yeah. So like right now we've been publicizing for an etching class, glass etching, and it filled up. So people are calling right now like, hey, so we're going to have to do another one. That's what we learned. That's what we learned.
That sounds fun.
So, you can call our office. And then if you're like, hey, I just want to see what's going on across the state, because maybe you live right on like the Bibb-Chilton line or the Autaga-Chilton line, and you're like, hey, I can go, to another extension office just as quick as I can get to y'all. So we have the statewide calendar on aces.edu. So that's ACES, that's our acronym for Alabama Cooperative Extension System.edu. And you can look at the state calendar. You can narrow it down to specific counties, and it'll tell you what we have going on.
Yeah. And also, I know local folks, including ourselves, we cover you guys as much as we can, and we appreciate you keeping us informed of what's happening out there and when it's happening. And
all of our local news. That's something I love about being in what I'm going to consider like a smaller county. Y'all support us so well. If we send something and say, "Hey, can you announce this?" Y'all do, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we know it's important what you guys do, and like I said, I knew Mr. Carlton, Chet Carlton, and then Jim Pitts.
Yes.
And, I was trying to think who was the next one.
Matthew Price.
Matthew Price
is there now.
He's out there now. That's right. He's been out there for.
I think he's grown up there from looking at pictures and from what he's told me. I think he's always been there.
Well, maybe we can get him on and talk about what he does out there.
Yes.
But this has been fabulous today.
Yeah.
Lucy, we appreciate you coming.
It was so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet y'all.
It's been great, and let's do this again sometime, okay?
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, listen, it's 8:37. We're going to go ahead and go to break real quick here on Piper Peach Radio with Krissy, Lee, and Mike. After these words from our sponsors.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
We're back here on Wednesday. It's 8:42.
That was so much fun.
That was. She was great. That was Lucy Ellington with the
I like her.
Chilton Extension Office from the Alabama Extension.
As someone that didn't, I knew about 4-H, but I didn't know about all the stuff that went into the other things. I learned a lot.
Me either. I was duly impressed with how many things they got going on up there, and of course she is the director, but she knew everything. She didn't have to think about anything, you know. And you mentioned something and she knew about it and run with it. Hey, I've been remiss. I apologize to our remaining sponsors, but let's talk about the Chilton Chamber of Commerce, Larry Puckett Chevrolet, and Putter Up. Putter Up's having their special going on this whole month. What is it? It's
$10 unlimited holds.
Spring into April. That's what I was looking for. Was the name of it, and it's $10 during the weekday. I think it's Monday through Thursday. Is what Taylor said yesterday. I didn't know if Friday was included or not, but anyway, it's through the week. You can play unlimited holes for just $10. I mean, that's a good deal.
We're still trying to get Bannon on board.
Oh no, we're working on it. It won't take long. He usually kind of a pushover. So we'll go with that. But we appreciate those folks as being our sponsors and making this possible. Yes. Hey, I wanted to talk a couple quick sports items. The Birmingham Stallions. Familiar with the Birmingham Stallions football team?
No.
Well, in this thing called the United Football League, they were part of some other things too. But they have signed former Auburn kicker Anders Carlson. He followed his brother Daniel at Auburn kicking, and really good kickers. I'm just shocked, though, the kickers these days, how many extra points that they miss in the NFL. I mean, just what used to be considered chip shots. But one of the reasons I've realized that they do that is they kick it from like the 23-yard line now instead of the 10. So it just makes it a little harder, a little further away. I think it's a 33-yard thing rather than 20. But still, he's going to be kicking now for the Stallions. Their kicker got released. Apparently had some rough couple games there. Their season's just started. But anyway, he's going to be joining them. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'd watched him kick for a couple years there when our daughter was in school and down there on the plane. But anyway, Anders Carlson kicked for Auburn from 2018 to 2022. How about that? And then there is a gentleman who basically needs no introduction for most of us. Some folks, though, won't know who Bobby Bowden was.
I've heard of him.
He was a football coach. Started out at Howard College, which morphed into Samford University, and then he ended up going from there to Florida State, where he won 371 games. And frankly, I don't know if he's the all-time winner or how that works exactly, but he died at age 91 in 2021. But how about that? He has now had the Tallahassee International Airport renamed the Bobby Bowden Tallahassee International Airport.
That's kind
How
of
about
cool.
that? Named for their football coach. I mean, it's in the law now, so it's official. 371 wins, pair of national championships. I got to see Coach Bowden one time. He came, spoke to a bunch of youth at the Methodist Church here in Clanton, and he was fantastic. You know, he was focused on their spiritual being rather, and that how important it was for them to have a relationship with God. That it wasn't just enough to know who God was and to believe in Him, but to have a relationship with Him, and how much difference that made in his life. And he took that as not just do as I say, but let me tell you what it did for me. But he was so good, so fantastic. I'll never forget. It was such an honor to get to have him visit, and I can't even remember how we got him there, but he came and spoke and spent a good hour with everybody hanging around on I want to say it was a Sunday afternoon, but he was a really nice man and a heck of a football coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad he got this honor. That'll be there for a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish
Sure will.
I need an airport to name one after me.
Yeah.
They probably won't.
Well, hey, you're just 23. You know, he was 91 before he got it. All right, so he's been gone a few years before it was named for him.
Brian
so
said,
could be a while.
Without cheating, what does the 4 H's stand for? Heart, hands, head?
Was it health? Yeah, head is one.
And health?
Head is one. Mm-hmm. I think health.
Are we right?
I bet he will let us know very quickly. Hey, but he did mention about the Stallions and the kicker from Auburn, that they were in the United States Football League, and then they merged with another football league, and so they play in the spring, so they're playing now as opposed to the fall and the winter. Do you care when football's played? Do you like football?
I just go for Georgia when Alabama plays.
Okay, we're gonna need to go to an immediate break.
I only do it because it bothers Tyler. He's like, you don't even know who the quarterback is. Well,
So
I know who the coach is.
yeah, ask Tyler who was the quarterback for his team. 5 years ago. He won't remember either. But anyway, they were champions 3 years in a row. They did not win the championship last year. I think they lost in the championship game. The Stallions I'm talking about. And they're back. And frankly, I don't know if they won that game the other night. They had the lead late, but I did not see the final. But anyway, it's been something I wanted to go see up at the new protective stadium there for at UAB's campus. But anyway, on our sponsor list, I also wanted to thank Bama Benefits is Kim Robinson.
Yes.
And This and That Vinyl. Work out anytime. We've already talked about them in Wood Surfside Marina, but appreciate all you guys helping us. Central Alabama Wellness, Chilton Mobile Home Supply. And of course, we're at the Clanton Tractor Studio.
Yep.
So, but we appreciate all of our sponsors, and forgive me for not going over that earlier, but I'll try and do better.
Let's see. To end out, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh no, we're gonna play a game.
I love asking you questions.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what's something that made you laugh this week?
Oh,
Like something that was
I'll have to give Taylor Arant all kind of credit. She makes me laugh.
She keeps you young.
Well, I don't know about that, but she definitely keeps me laughing. But we did another video yesterday, and
I saw it.
You did? Did you like it?
Yeah,
You
you
did?
did good.
Well, I'm just doing what I'm told. I know it's crazy, but it's like I'm taking direction. I'm an actor, and I'm taking direction, or I think I am. But I have fun.
We'll have to make one today.
But I'm trying to think what else. What else have I laughed at? But I'm sure I could think of something.
Who is somebody that has changed your life?
Ooh, gosh.
Jesus.
Well, there's a lot of them. Of course, Jesus, yes. You mentioned that. I heard you whisper that. But
I don't know why I whispered.
obviously, but I was thinking of people, a man or a woman. And gosh, I had all kind of people influence me. Ralph Cox was one of my early Sunday school teachers. I just remember him, and John Smith as well as being my 5th grade teacher. He was also a Sunday school teacher. Gentleman at work named Hilton Godwin. He was a big influence on me, I felt like. He really taught me how to be a claims adjuster and how to really, seriously, he really meant it, Krissy, when he meant to take care of the customer.
Yeah.
He was very concerned about Alpha Insurance losing customers because of something that claims did.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, they're too hard to come by, and so we have to treat them, and he was the one that instilled in me, he used the phrase, the golden rule of adjusting, which was just treat people the way you would want to be treated.
Yeah.
Especially if you were in their shoes, like when you have a claim, you've wrecked your car, your house is flooded, or it's caught on fire, someone's gotten hurt, something pretty negative has happened. So our job was to make people, feel differently about things. And so I took that to heart, and it used to drive some other people who thought differently crazy, but I never let that stop me. But that was a big influence for me.
I actually tried to get on with Alpha.
Oh, you did?
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not get that job.
Were you trying to go down there to Montgomery or?
This office
to the home office?
in Alabaster.
Okay, yeah, they have. Well, they used to call them service centers. I don't know if they still do or not.
It was just.
Yeah.
So how long have you and your wife been together?
We've been married 25 years. We've been together a little over 26.
So when did y'all get together?
It was.
How old were y'all?
Oh, okay. I was 39, and she would have been 33.
Okay. So I'm asking because this question is, what's your worst date story?
Oh, well, it wouldn't be with her.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have one? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
I have no recollection of any prior dates before I got married to Raynette Ellison.
Good answer.
Thank you. See?
You have him trained.
You weren't counting on this brain.
PR trained.
Hey, Brian says he saw John Smith at Walmart Friday. Glad to know that hope he's was doing well, Brian. I thought the world of Mr. John and his brother, Van.
This is, what's the funniest thing your pet has done? Do you have any pets?
Well, yes, we have lots of pets.
So.
Oh my gosh, we laugh at them all the time.
Yeah, my dog's crazy.
One of the things, though, I'll go back to a cat. Well, the first times I ever had a cat, I always grew up with dogs, and I didn't like cats. I thought, I don't know why I didn't like them, just because I didn't fear the unknown, maybe. But I had this cat, and I lived in Mississippi, and had bought this house, and just bought the house, got the best deal I could on it. And then one of the things I noticed about it was it had this, I forget what they called it. It's like crown molding between 2 floors, like a 2-story building, but they have crown molding like at what would have been the roof or ceiling line of that particular room if it wasn't 2 stories.
Yeah.
So it creates a little walkway, and there's a phrase for it, and I can't think of it.
Entryway?
No, it's not the entryway, but anyway, it is. The crown molding will stick out about 5 to 6 inches, I guess, from the wall, and there was a stairway leading up to the 2nd floor, and then there was a library on the one wall that went, and it had a railing, and so the cat would get off the railing onto the crown molding, and it would just make its way all the way to the other end of the room, and then we get to the end, and it was too high to jump, and it was too tight for it to turn around, and then Krissy, it would literally
back up.
And I mean, I swore I wish I had my camera. It was long before you had cell phone cameras and stuff like that, but you would have the camcorder, a VHS recorder. But anyway, watching that cat go backwards, oh my gosh, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was like, you could see what it was wanting to do. It was wanting to turn around, but it was just, it was just too tight. It just couldn't do it. And so it would just be backed up. What was that show called? $100,000 video or something like that.
think
What was
so.
it called? Family. Great.
AFV,
Yeah,
America's Funniest Video.
That's it. That's it. It was $100,000, and I always thought I could win the $100,000 if I could have.
You should
I could
have.
have had a camera handy, but he did that 2 or 3 times. So that was, to me, that was about the funniest thing.
This is just a funny question because it says, is TikTok making people more creative or more annoying? Since you are a TikTok star. What did you do with the star that I gave you?
It's in my house.
Is it on your fridge?
It is not on the fridge yet. It's no magnet. You didn't give me a magnet.
Oh,
What am I supposed to do?
You don't have tape in your house?
Well, I don't know if we do or not. I'll have to ask. I'm not in charge of the tape. I do have the star, though. I kept it.
Good.
And I'm very proud of that star.
What'd your wife say?
She thought it was hilarious the way we were
Good.
talking about it. But yeah, we did another video yesterday, and it's getting, it was like,
Do you think
I was telling her I thought she was a little too realistic in that video. Because she's getting all on to me about something. It was just making a joke that, on the air we're all, we're all so happy and friendly. And then off the air, we're fighting. So that was it. More annoying. Yeah, that's what Brian called me. But anyway, oh gosh.
So
yeah.
Do you think it's making people more creative or annoying?
I think it's making them more creative. But of course, the more annoyance come in, along with that.
Yeah.
As a side effect of it. I've never fooled with it before, these last few weeks. We've been doing a few here. And
I'll have to find one before you leave to do.
well, I don't even know how it's done. And then Baden was showing me a bunch from SpongeBob, I think it was. Some real funny exchanges on that show, which I do not watch or never watched, but it was pretty funny, the ones he showed me. And then I don't know where you guys come up with them, but I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's fun. How about you? You been doing a bunch of videos?
I think I did one so far.
Oh, you didn't do them before you came here?
Well, a little, but not really.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I gave up.
What other question you got there?
Let's see. What was the worst job you've ever had?
Oh my gosh, the worst job I've ever had. Golly. The worst one.
Or, here we go. Scratch that one.
Okay.
What trend do you not understand?
Chopped. I don't understand what that means.
Is Araya coming in today?
Perhaps. I don't know. How about you? Let me turn the tables on you. Let me ask you that question.
What trends I don't understand?
Yeah.
Honestly, a bunch of them, because I don't even know where they get these from. Like, I'm 20-something years old, but I just don't understand them sometimes.
Well, I guess I have to know which ones you're talking about. Which trends are you talking about?
I don't know. Just any of, sometimes they're funny. I don't know. It's just back and forth.
Well, there are a lot of things that, this idea of something going viral, I really don't, I guess that just means a lot of people will look at it or watch it or, read it or whatever. But I don't know really what that means. I don't know if there's a certain level that makes something to be considered viral.
I would guess 1 million likes or something.
Because, normally if you catch something viral, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But this is different, huh?
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, Brian says you're just too young to understand.
Yeah, I guess.
But, that just comes with time. It's not fair, but it comes with time. So, well, listen, it is 9:01 on this Wednesday hump day on April the 15th. Oh, it's tax day.
It is, yeah.
Got all your taxes done?
Yeah, haven't gotten
Make
my
sure you're
return.
paying those Social Security taxes.
Why?
Support your local seniors.
Yeah.
That would be me. That's why.
I know.
That's exactly why. I did it. Now you have to do it.
Oh, no.
Well, it's been great. Taylor be with me tomorrow. Yep, it'll be Taylor and I tomorrow on the Morning Mayhem. But we appreciate you guys being along for the ride, and hopefully we'll catch you on the flip in the morning.
Have a good
Morning
day.
Mayhem,
Yeah.
Krissy, Lee, and Mike. Have a great day.